Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to another pre-market pulse scan. This is the first recorded one for the new year. Today is none other than 2017, Tuesday, and the time is 8:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, wonderful Christmas and New Year's, and all that good stuff. It was great taking time off, spending it with the family, and thank you for all those who sent out happy birthday wishes to my wife and wished us a happy anniversary and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. And yes, it is great to take time away and get relaxed and refreshed. You know, basically the last 2 weeks of the year, that's normally what I do. And it's just a good thing to do, because we go hard all year long, and it's good to take time off. You have to step away and just refresh. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, overnight markets were interesting, given the fact that I really thought they were going to try to push things to a certain threshold before the year ended, but they didn't do that. So the question is, are they going to do it now in January? That's going to be interesting to see. Speculation will be yes, this is the month they're going to do it. Why they didn't do it in December, my only guesstimate would be because they didn't want another January like we had the year prior. So instead of having a crash and burn January, we should have a on fire rally January. So let's see if we're right. Well, so far it looks to be that way. Overnight market suggests so. The Dow up 129 points right now at 19,849 after hitting 19,879 and a low of 19,757. The NASDAQ 100 is up 37.5 points at 49.01 and a quarter. High was 49.08 and the overnight low is 48.76 and 3/4. The emini S&P 500 is up 14.75 points at 2251. Hit a high of 2255 and a quarter and a low of 2240 and a quarter. The Russell up 1820. Last trade 1375.1 and we hit a high of 1377.10 and a low of 1360.20. And the Nikkei up 295 at 19,405. Overnight high was 19,430. The low was 19,165. Crude oil up $1, up a full buck at $54.72.5. The overnight high was 55 and a quarter, and the low was $53.92.5. U.S. dollar index, up a full penny. Make that 1.11 at 103.40, and we hit a high of 103.51 and a low of 102.62.5. So incredible movement in the dollar. And like I said, if you've seen the dollar, you have seen Bitcoin. So Bitcoin rallying to $1,000. Just a lot of things going on in the markets right now. Excuse me. The euro is off 150 pips. Last trade 104 and a quarter. And the overnight high was 105.29. The low was 104.09. And the pound is getting pounded down 76 pips. Let's see, last trade 122.82. The high was 123.25 and the low was 122.68. Australian dollar only off 2 pips at 72 and the high was 72.23. The low was 71.80. Looking at gold, gold is down a buck at 1150.70. The overnight high was 1159.4 and the low was 1146.50. Silver is up a nickel at $16.04. Overnight high was $16.17.5. Low was $15.93.5. So a lot of market action this morning. So markets all over the place. Let's see what the pulse waves are telling us. Sometimes during the holiday seasons, when you have these micro thin markets, no one's really home. It's just the exchange computer algorithms keeping the markets afloat. And that's about it. Well, now people are coming back to work. The algos from the big hedge funds and institutional entities are turned on and operational again, and that's why we're having this market movement. So, what can we expect in this shortened trading week? Let's see. Well, as far as rally alerts go, we have quite a bit. Looking at the weekly charts here, what can we expect this week? That's going to be interesting. Let's see what we got. We have a plethora of rally alerts. Some of note. Let's see. The Australian dollar and the British pound both have rally alerts. But of course, when you take a look at the entry price from where the market is, it is highly unlikely that that will trigger. Any upward movement will most likely be a setup to be sold. So any kind of bear market rally is going to be sold. Okay, as far as the precious metal space, we do have rally alerts in gold, UGLD, USLV. So those are definitely ones to keep an eye on for the week. JNUG has a rally alert. We'll see if that's going to be a rally to be sold or if that is going to gather some kind of legs. On the weekly, looking where the entry price is from the market is quite removed, so don't know if that is going to trigger on the weekly. Looking at Nugget, also rally alert on that one. SILJ, looking at the junior silver miners, that one has a rally alert. Let's see here. AG has a rally alert. Let's see here. On the futures side, cotton has a rally alert, and so does sugar. SLV has a rally alert. Here's an interesting one. UDN, the inverse US dollar ETF, has a rally alert, and it cannot be ignored. It is not far removed from the market. If triggered, it would be a nasty breakout to the upside. Got to keep an eye on that. Let's see, AGQ has one. That's your ultra silver. That one cannot be ignored either. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that one. Most likely, that one will most likely trigger today. UVXY has also a rally alert. Removed from the market, so chances of that hitting is very slim. SQQQ has a rally alert. That could go either way. Chances of it hitting, though, I'm going to go with no. Same thing with the SDAO, but you never know. You never know. Pretty Ricky has a rally alert. Can't ignore that one. Pretty close to the market. Let's see here. Silver futures, soybean futures, GLD, GDXJ and GDX both have rally alerts. Pretty awesome, if you ask me. Cannot ignore those. Not in the least. So quite a few things to look at from the weekly chart perspective. FAZ, ticker symbol FAZ, has a 411 alert, and so does DUG, the inverse crude oil ETF. So watch the financial sector this week and watch crude oil this week. Neither one of these will trigger this week from, if you ask me, too far removed from the market, but it doesn't mean that you may not get a bounce that could be sold, meaning that expect a pullback in the financials and the oil as a possibility to lead to a further upward move for next week. That's basically what that's saying. UDAO has a positive swing VIX, locked in momentum. These 311 alerts are just as vicious and brutal as the 911 alerts. Just remember that. Those 311s mean that you're locked and loaded on your trend. So these 311s locked and loaded on the positive momentum side is a big deal. Now, some of these have 9/11 crash alerts too. They cannot be ignored. Let's take a look at our crash alerts while we're at it real quick, just to give you an idea. All right, so taking it from the top. All right, JDST has a crash alert. Again, we're still on the weekly sheet. Coffee Futures has a crash alert. Let's see here. DGLD and DSLV have crash alerts, which gives further credence to these, to the rally alert for the UGLD and the USLV. So we can expect some kind of upward pop in the metals. Let's see. The dollar, US dollar index on the futures has a crash alert. Nikkei has a crash alert. UUP has a crash alert. SVXY has a crash alert. GLL and ZSL, the S&P 500, like I said, the dollar, US dollar index. Let's see, USDU, which is the Wisdom Tree Bloomberg US dollar bull ETF, has a crash alert. Cocoa Futures has a crash alert. The NASDAQ 100, the QQQ, the TQQQ, all these have crash alerts. Google and Apple have crash alerts. The Dow has a crash alert. Feeder Cattle Futures has a crash alert. Netflix has a crash alert. And so this is going to be some interesting to see what happens. The first week is usually the most important. That's usually what you're going to get your trends established for the rest of the month. Now, it's a shortened trading week, so expect the markets to be all over the place as people jockey for position and we build some kind of equilibrium. But going forward, you cannot ignore these rally and crash alerts for the week. Now, these alerts I just gave you is for the entire week, so we got to wait until the close of Friday to see which one of these played out and which ones didn't. So keep that in mind. All right, going forward now, let's look at what we can expect for today. I gave you the weekly first. Now let's look at the daily. All right, on the rally alerts for today, we have the DGLD and the DSLV. So calling for further pullback in the metals for today. The financial sector is calling for a pullback today in the FAS. I'm sorry, I'm giving you, I said pullback. This is rally alerts. I'm sorry. We expect financial sector to rally today with the Dow. Yang, ticker symbol YANG, that has a rally alert today. That's the China Bear ETF, 3X ETF. So expecting a pullback in the Chinese markets. JDST has a rally alert. Dust has a rally alert. Hack has a rally alert. This one is the most concerning because there's, the year has already started off with, rumors and more fear porn than you can shake a stick at. Everything is negative as far as 2017 predictions. I can't find anything happy, nothing joyful, nothing positive whatsoever. Everything's doom and gloom. And if you read the headlines, the world is ending in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so there's nothing to be happy about. I call BS on all the nonsense. I say ignore it and just focus on what the markets are telling you and trade the price action that you see, not what you don't see. Someone in the trading room asked me about dry ships, so let me run to that one real quick. All right, that one is still locked in on the downtrend side, and as far as today, Your entry point is far removed from the market. But because this particular stock has the potential to have, just parabolic moves, I cannot say that the entry price is far removed from the market. If this was a normal stock, I would say, yeah. Well, because we're talking about dry ships, anything can happen. So I would definitely have your orders locked and loaded if you're looking to get long on this particular stock. That's all I got to say on that one. You have your pulse wave price trigger, so go ahead and put your tickets in and trade accordingly. Uh, for this one though, just because the way it moves, and it's just me, I would use the stop loss on this one. I would use the stop loss. It's not under $5 yet, so it's not a bad idea to to cut losses because you don't know how low it can go. It can go to $1. It can drop to penny stock, as far as we know. That's just how volatile this stock has been. It's like JNUG. It's wild, so you can't trust it. So on this one, if I were to go long, I would be putting a buy stop in. And to be quite honest with you, I am considering getting long this stock. So I may go shopping today. I think I may go long on that one. Let's see, what else may I get long today? Going by what we went over today so far. Let's see, is JNUG really looking sexy enough? Let's take a look here. On the daily chart. Let's see, where are you, JNUG? Here you go. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll put an order in. I'm gonna go ahead and put an order in on the JNUG. I'll use the recommended stop on the daily sheet. I'll go ahead and do that. We'll see what happens. Let's see what else. I like the metals complex. So I'll look at the UGLD and the USLV, but simultaneously I'll be putting the tickets in the DSLV and the DGLD as well, just to be covered. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take these, and I'm going to use a stop on that. So I think I'll go and end the video now so I can get my tickets in. So that's what I'm looking at today. I like the dry ships. I like the JNUG. I like the UGLD and the USLV. And let's see. Yeah, that's. I think I'll just do those for today. Only because of what's been going on. I think I'll just focus on those. I'll see what the other ones do. But that's about it. Okay, so with that said, anyone who has reached out, who have placed orders, who signed up for the premium trading room that comes with the Learning Academy, free admission, and all that, check your spam, junk, and trash folders because I did send out welcome kits to those who signed up. So if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen the response, you need to check the spam, junk, and trash folders in your email. And then if you have not received it, go ahead and hit me up, and we'll get you set up. Everyone else who may have signed up on the website, give me a couple hours. I'll be working on that today. There's a lot of requests and things out there, and people who have hit me up and sent me emails and text messages and all that. I will be responding to those. I'll be starting back with that. Today's my first day back in the office, so I'll be responding to everybody this week. Those who have reached out, if you haven't heard anything back from me by Friday, go ahead and drop me a line. I should be caught up, though, Lord willing. I should be caught up with everything by the end of business today. That's my goal. So we'll see if anything gets jumped off in the markets. That could be delayed by a day, but I'm expecting actually kind of slow, quiet markets today. So we'll see what happens. But I will be making a valiant effort to get caught up with all messages and subscriptions and all that thing by the end of business today. So anyway, welcome back. Welcome to the new year. Let's have a banner year. Let's have an extraordinary trading year, 10 times greater than last year. Why not 100 times? let's just go for it. Let's have a wonderful rocking year, and let's hit the ground running. So with that said, remember, bulls make money, bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can from this market and give nothing back to the market. The rest of you, I'll see you at pulsewavetrading.com, and the rest of those, I will see you in the trading room. Peace.